Mongoose Jake here, back finally with another video, this time featuring my favorite tank in the game on what I still think to be a pretty good map here on Murovanka. Now, I don't play the game too much anymore, pretty much only playing on Mondays when I sometimes play alongside with my wife as she streams World of Tanks, typically on every Monday. And this battle here was from a few weeks ago, or actually 2 weeks ago, and as you can see, I'm solo. This was after the stream. I just dug out my Panther for a few games because it is absolutely my favorite tank overall. You know, especially now being at tier 7, you avoid a lot of the high tier things that are going on because the game seems to be absolutely broken at tier 9, 10, and now still odd to say at 11. So tier 7, especially here with the lucky top tier battle, normally you're playing against tier 8s, but it's quite comfortable to play here. And of course, something like this Skoda T24 stands no chance against the Panther. I'm basically just hoping to take him out without taking damage in return. But this game is kind of one of those where it's kind of nice to have a game like this where it's very stress-free, even though the end of this ends up being 100% relying on me to win the game. And the Panther's quite still capable of that, even against things like the buff T43 with somebody spamming full premium at it. It's just funny to see this at all tiers now, especially with everybody getting tons of credits. I still have well over 30 million, where World of Tanks gave so much. And this game here, I'm not even dwelling on the gameplay just yet, but it's just kind of nice to play this game and have a comfortable game where my favorite tank is still capable, and despite me only playing once a week, it's kind of nice to realize that, hey, I can still put out a really good game here once in a while, because while I don't claim to be the best player ever, it is nice to be able to be good enough to be influential. And that's what ends up being here. I'm doing what I can. My team is basically trying from the start here. We're already down, you know, almost 1,000 hit points, and we're down 2 tanks. Now 1, but it's like everything I do, I'm already having what would be a decent game. And it's just not enough sometimes to stem the tide against you. But it's nice to have a game where you do actually get the chance to make the difference. And it's not a blowout, you know, 5-15 or 15-5, because those aren't fun either. Even though you won, it's like you just got a participation trophy. And that's kind of my point with this. It's nice to have a game where it's in the balance. And the Panther, despite being, you know, one of the oldest German medium tanks in the game, you know, it's been around since, you know, early on, it's still a very capable tank and very, very underrated. It has its faults. It does. And I actually need to do a 3-mark tank review on this. I can't believe I haven't, but I've only done a few of those, and I need to bring that video series back. Because this tank is still so good for what it is. It is a big target, and it does absolutely suffer against premium ammo spam, even against tier 6s. If they're spamming premium, they punch right through. But against regular ammo, it does decently. And it has, because it has a decent frontal plate, the upper plate, decent turret, very, very good gun. High DPM, high pen. The only thing that it lacks is the alpha damage and the fact that its gun blooms like crazy on the move. But back to the gameplay, it's like the Panther still has it though. That's probably what I'll title the video. But back to the gameplay. So far, it's been very, very typical medium gameplay on this map. Push the east, work the terrain to, you know, minimize your exposure, work the concealment to minimize being detected, and take advantage of your flank, and then if the other flank falls, fall back. Very straightforward. And that's what I'm doing. I'm relying on, my teammates to support me, but I am the top tier medium. I need to carry the weight of the game on my shoulders. Now, as you see here, this isn't me necessarily missing. The T1 is trying to hide behind destructible buildings. I'm blowing down the cover so that not only myself, but this M10 RBFM over here has a chance to get shots. And that gets rid of one of the capping heavies. And I'm going to say it ahead of time. This chopper absolutely gives me an RNG fit. The Panther has enough pen to go through the chopper with proper aiming. And you're going to see he's using the wreck of the T1 well, and that's good for him. It's like, but I should pen this shot here. And I'm not wanting to lose the 59-16. So you see I keep moving. And then as soon as he respots the chopper, I'm going to try to get shots into him. As you see there, I have the turret ring. My shots will not go where they're being aimed. Even when it is a clearly pennable shot, it sails high, it sails low, it sails everywhere. And to the chopper's credit, he is absolutely using the wreck of the T1 to shield himself from, it looks like, from the Super Hellcat and the RBFM. Now, unfortunately, the 59-16, he's going to get killed, which he probably felt like he had to shoot his gun, but he really didn't. I was going to keep moving more north until I got a clear line of sight and clear shot. But now with him gone, it's going to be down to me to do both the spotting and the damage dealing. And somehow, looks like either the Super Hellcat or RBFM, one of the two of them got spotted. And if you watch the shots, that's the FV. He's over here somewhere. And I'm just pausing. I'm just wanting to see what's going on, make the enemy make a mistake. Because I have under 600 health. And the Challenger, he could high roll and take me out in 2 hits. So I believe his alpha damage is like 280 if he's running the big gun. Because he has a choice of 2 guns. You have the 17 pounder. And now I see he took out the RBFM. Now I'm just hoping the Super Hellcat can win this engagement. He has the health advantage and he easily wins it. So now, we're down to a 2-on-4 situation. And I'm getting called useless by our 59-16. It's funny, he would have seen I pushed the whole other flank. I have 5 kills. And here I am, the closest to the cap to try to spot when there's a chance. Now, I'm looking to see if this FE's going to bail, but he comes towards me, which I know what he's going to do. That means the Challenger's behind him, and he's looking for a shot. So I actually pull forward, expecting the Challenger to shoot me from behind where the FE was. But instead, here's the Stug. And I don't know why he was in that position. But of course, now that reduced me even lower. And here comes... Ooh, it's like the Challenger now, he can punch through me anywhere on my vehicle. Even if he's just firing AP, his gun is good enough to go straight through my turret front. And the Super Hellcat's making the right move. He's going to go cap. So if the Challenger tries to get into a back and forth duel with me, the Super Hellcat is being useful. He's going to go cap, so that puts pressure on him. But I actually get the final kill to secure a Radley Walters for 8 kills. Remember, the 59-16 said I was useless. And that was an ace tanker with a bunch of ribbons, including one there that's called the Hand of God. That means you took a bunch of damage and also returned it while surviving. And the Radley Walters, high caliber, top gun, with over 1,200 damage more than the next closest player, which was the SU-100Y, who did have a good game himself, and was the one who was saying that he realized I was being patient. But Panther absolutely still has it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it in action here.